with Gail of Gaia from Free Range, Gail of Gaia Show. And did I say that correctly? And hello, Gail. How are you?
Hi, great to be here, Jessica. I'm delighted that you decided to do this. I think it's really cool. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Every year we get together and we bring in all the people that I have connected with throughout the year. And Gail was kind enough to have me on her show a couple of times, and we talked about just very open hearted and about current events and so forth. But Gail, I find your thoughts and your questions and everything always very interesting. And what are your thoughts for a reflection on what happened this past year in 2021?
Oh my gosh, this past year has been a plethora of discovery of dark agendas, plandemics, scandemics, people that never were expected to be, dark or have an agenda and that kind of thing. And it's all been exposed. The light's been shown on it, and it continues to be shown on people and agendas. And so it's been a tough year for a lot of people because they don't know what to think of all that. Because humanity in general, I think, are actually very heartfelt people, and they're very trusting. And I know we're accused of not being different than that, but I think when it all boils down, we are very heart-centered people. We may have a shield over our heart at the present time because of everything that's being exposed and not knowing how to deal with it. But it had to happen. The exposure was necessary in order for us to move forward. That's my general feeling about this past year. So many people have been exposed and so many agendas, and it was necessary because the dark has been controlling the planet, and it didn't just happen in America. It was planet wide, and we
Right.
were hoodwinked in so many ways about something that was used against us to ensure more control. But now it's all been exposed, and I think going forward, as we learn to focus on our own light within. Because another thing that was exposed was the very fact that we have God eternal written within our DNA. And we have a God gene. And when we shine white light on it, we activate it. And so my message forward is to activate your own light and bring it forward and shine light out toward anything that appears dark, because that is the way to bring us all back into the light.
I couldn't have said it better. I think you really encompassed how we should feel, remembering who we are. We need to continue to remember who we are.
And being the change that we want to see in others. And being heart-centered and being in the now. And now we know what has been controlling us, and what has been the thing that everybody knew something was wrong, but they just couldn't figure it out. Well, we figured it out. A lot of people have stepped forward. A lot of light workers have been on the front lines, risking it all, and did it anyway. And that's the true spirit of humanity, I think. And it's because we're connected to Source. We are a part of Prime Creator, and people have a hard time believing that at times, but it's true. I can't tell you how important it is to know that that's very true. And going forward, just shine your light as bright as you can and shine it on the darkness. And remember, you don't want to go into revenge. You don't want to go into all those things to get even or any of that, because it just, then that becomes you as well. It's just toxic. So it's just better to shine the light on it and realize that some of these people were programmed and mind controlled and weren't really in charge of their own being. So that's a very important factor that has also been exposed that we need to be aware of. So keep your heart and yourself in compassion and love. And going forward, we can have a wonderful year. coming forward with having that in our heart.
Dave, we talked about this earlier before we started to record, is that there are those that they'll send many different obstacles and challenges to us. And a lot of people that have been working on disclosing information, providing insight for people, trying to awaken the masses, take the red pill, and get through this matrix of illusion. And but and meanwhile they're tossing different challenges at people, and some people just they couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't get through that, and they kind of went by the wayside, or they had a burnout, or something happened. Some people even passed. Their maybe their agreement wasn't any longer than how long they stayed here. But there are those that, like us, that we continue on. I've been doing this for quite a few years, and so have you.
Yes.
And it's not about it's becoming like the change of what can be, reminding people who they can be, and yeah.
Yes, it's so true, and it's like there have been times when I felt like I had a bucket of water thrown on my light, and I had to get through it, and I had to bring myself forward again. And I know you've experienced the same. I think all light workers have, and it's just part of the job, really. You get stuff thrown at you, and you have to maintain your light, bring it back up, and because our vibration is so important. And I just I think it's time to focus on not focus on what's wrong in the world, but to focus on our compassionate light for others. And remember that they, like I was saying before, the chances are very good that they may have been mind controlled, programmed, and it's not even their fault. Others, maybe they sold their soul, but we're not there to judge either. Um, we're here to shine our own light and get that into the collective and have the world that we would like it to be, with peace and harmony and love for all. And that's where I want to see next year headed. Full
Right.
steam
And
ahead.
absolutely. And well, you talked about, I know that many of us, and this, someone was bringing up to me, think about all the families and the loved ones and people were not allowed to gather, or that they have families fighting against one another because of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like you said, it's not their fault. It's part of the program. And so what I keep on doing, as a light worker, you keep on lifting the veil of illusion.
Yes.
Keep lifting the veil of illusion, and so that the anger, the fear, the hatred, or the program that causes these divisions to happen be removed, because that's what they want to do. It's a divide and conquer.
Yes, and boy, they have been really good at that.
Yeah.
And we have fallen for it, let me put it that way. And but we've also been programmed by it, because if anyone watches a lot of television, I've seen the technology patents that they have for the mind control programming that comes through the TV. It's true. I mean, it's a fact. You can look this stuff up.
Yeah.
And so,
Propaganda, repetition, and
exactly,
examples. Yeah, and it just wears the conscious mind and subconscious mind down. Yeah.
exactly. And so we have to rise above all that, and we will. And I have faith in humanity, because I do believe that, because we're connected to Source, and Source is love. Always has been, always will be. And that's what we're meant to be too. And our connection is being um, improved. Let me put it that way. Our connection is being cleared. The pathway is being cleared, because we had a lot of obstacles, it seemed, in the past, but that we couldn't explain. And now that we have discovered what's really been going on, we're able to clear that pathway and make that connection stronger than ever. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. And it doesn't matter what, I'm not talking about a religious thing. I'm talking about a direct connection with the prime creator.
There are some people that are afraid that if they do preventative measures for, the viral issue,
Mm-hmm.
that is going to cut them off from the God source. I don't agree with that.
Well, wow, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, the people feel like they're going to be cut off in a sense because of the DNA changing and all the other things that it's creating.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So
Yes, yes.
I don't believe that can ever happen. We're spiritual beings. Our physical body is
Exactly.
one aspect of us, and so
Exactly.
if with our intention to be connected to the divine, and also we can pray that we can ask for our loved ones to maintain that connection as well.
Exactly. And I believe that I don't believe, I know that our genetic blueprint is in the etheric. And the etheric, so it's always there. And that's, maybe it can be altered in this physical body, but it's not altered in the spiritual and etheric realm. Therefore, it's retrievable through source or other benevolent beings. And that's what we want to infuse everyone with. Don't don't buy into to everything. There's always a way out. Always.
And there's no limitations. So, for
Exactly.
example, if you are holding on to something spiritually and you know it's yours, then that will manifest here, as well as maintaining the integrity of your genetics or any other well-being, healthy environmental experience that you have on the planet. So your physical body can manifest what your spiritual connectiveness is to the universe. So that's good health.
Because
That's
our spirit is the
vibrancy.
strongest.
Yes,
It's
yes, it
stronger
is.
than it's what drives the physical body. So it's the all powerful, and we just actually have only a small portion of it in this body, and that's why we talk about a higher self, and so on. So there's so much more to us than we've been led to believe.
I
And
think the entry place is in the mind. And they think if they can capture the mind, then they can trick the mind into telling the other aspects of ourselves that we're in danger.
I think that's extremely true because who was it? Bruce Lipton wrote Biology of Belief. So if they can get that into your belief system and it works against you, then that's a problem. So it's very important for that connection to source, connection to Prime Creator, and your spirit, because you can overcome anything, and people can heal themselves too. I mean, that's the real healing, and I think even our um, Western way of medicine is being exposed for what it is as well. So
Yeah.
all of that is going by the wayside. We're going to come forward as extremely powerful spiritual beings that operate from the heart with compassion and love, and that's what everyone needs to focus on right now. If we get that into the collective, oh my goodness, things would just change, boom, like that.
In such a positive way. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, it
yes.
really would.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they keep saying the best is yet to come. And that is when the collective is aware and doing exactly what we're talking about. Because nothing can stop what's coming either, because it's coming. The light is being shown from above and below and everywhere, and so the infusion is here, it's coming, it's greater. Add to it with your own personal being, and we've got a wonderful world to look forward to. It's really the best of times and the worst of times. I think we're getting past the worst of times for all the
Yeah.
exposure and all that stuff, and we're ready to move forward into the best of times. So be the best, your best, put your best foot forward. um, Connect with your heart, connect with source, and be compassionate and loving, and we'll have a wonderful world.
Thank you so much, Gail. That was beautiful. And I want to say Happy New Year to you. and your
Thank you,
family.
Jessica. Yes, thank you. And we definitely will get together again in the new year as things are moving forward. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Absolutely. And we'll see you in another interview on Androna Talks Radio. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jessica. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll stand. We'll stand. We will stand. Standing tall.